Speculation at the Trump trial. Lisa Brady, Fox News. It happened during a discussion away from the jury at the former president's criminal trial in New York.
Prosecutor Joshua Steinglass identifying the so-called other crime that former President Trump is accused of committing while allegedly falsifying business records.
Fox's Nate Foy at State Supreme Court. Steinglass pointing to a law against conspiring to promote or prevent the election of any person to a public office, a misdemeanor. Prosecutors accused the former president of falsifying business records to hide hush money payments and corrupt the outcome of the 2016 election. As day 2 of testimony wrapped up, the former president telling reporters the trial is unfair.
So we're locked up in a courtroom, but this guy's out there campaigning. If you call it a campaign, every time he opens his mouth, he gets himself into trouble.
President Biden is campaigning in Florida and highlighting efforts to protect abortion rights. Deputy Press Secretary Andrew Bates traveling with him.
The president took a major step to strengthen privacy protections of patients as part of his efforts to protect access to reproductive health care in the face of extreme attacks by Republican elected officials.
19 Republican attorneys general are urging the Health and Human Services Department to ignore the new federal rule, arguing it would interfere with enforcement of state laws. More aid for Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan just clearing a procedural hurdle in the U.S. Senate, setting up the House-passed package for a final vote today or tomorrow. Another day of protests on college campuses.
Free Palestine! Students from New York University walked out of class as vocal pro-Palestinian protests continue to disrupt campus. The same is happening with demonstrations at Ivy League schools Columbia, also in New York City, and Yale in Connecticut.
Fox's Gernal Scott. New York City police say outside agitators are among those who've been arrested as tent protests were cleared in recent days. America is listening to Fox News.
Think identity theft won't happen to you? Think again. There's a new victim every 3 seconds in the U.S., over 15 million this year alone, and many don't even know they're victims. LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss even when you monitor your credit. If your identity's stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% their first year with my name Clay as the promo code at LifeLock.com.
You can host the best backyard barbecue when you find a professional on Angie to make your backyard the best around. Connect with skilled professionals to get all your home projects done well. Inside to outside, repairs to renovations. Get started on the Angie app or visit Angie.com today. You can do this when you Angie that.
It's primary day in Pennsylvania, where critics of President Biden's Mideast policy are hoping more than 40,000 voters will write uncommitted instead of voting for President Biden, as they have in other states, as a way to call for a permanent ceasefire in Gaza and ending U.S. aid to Israel.
We're also watching today Pennsylvania's Democratic primary in the 12th district. That's represented by squad member Congresswoman Summer Lee. Can Lee win again despite opposing House resolutions condemning anti-Semitism and condemning Hamas?
Fox's Brian Yennis in Doylestown. GOP divisions are spilling onto the campaign trail in some House races.
Swing District Congresswoman Jen Kiggins is backing the primary opponent of her fellow Virginia Republican Bob Good, the chairman of the conservative House Freedom Caucus. Good has faced pushback for a number of reasons, including voting to oust former Speaker Kevin McCarthy.
On the right side and the left side, we've got some fringe people that are problematic, and they really just stifle our ability to get good work done.
It's not the only contentious GOP primary. Members of the Freedom Caucus are supporting the opponent of moderate Texas Republican Tony Gonzalez, who referred to some hardliners as scumbags and now has the support of House Speaker Mike Johnson. Backers of his opponent, Brandon Herrera and Good, say they're best fit to carry out former President Trump's agenda.
Fox's Ryan Schmelz on Capitol Hill. A new federal rule would crack down on non-compete agreements. The Federal Trade Commission voting to ban U.S. companies from those deals, which typically bar employees from taking jobs with competitors for a certain amount of time. The FTC says about 1 in 5 workers are now subject to such restrictions, not just high-level executives, but also security guards and sandwich shop employees, as an example. The new rule, though, is expected to face a court challenge. A rally continues an hour to the close on Wall Street. The Dow's up 241. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News.
You're only afternoon from the Sierra Radio Network newsroom. I'm Andrea Drake with your latest local and regional news. Here's what's happening. Lassen County considers entering into an agreement with APHIS, Animal and Plant Health Inspection Services, Wildlife Services sector, for wildlife damage management assistance. If approved by the supervisors today, the $103,000 contract spanning July 1st through June of 2025 would allow APHIS to create a work plan to reduce or manage damages caused by predatory animals, wild or feral, or other nuisance animals that damage property and affect people's health. The established program would give APHIS officials the authority to determine when direct management is needed to resolve problems caused by the wildlife once a property's owner's own efforts to mitigate have failed. Direct management activities can be defined as actions such as trapping or shooting the animal in question. The APHIS Wildlife Services Coordinator would have to cooperate with CDFW, Caltrans, the State Fire Marshal, and all other local and federal laws. Today's agenda can be found on the county's website. Lassen National Forest celebrated Earth Day by kicking off the camping season at 4 campgrounds. The Almanor Ranger District announced the opening of Butte Meadows, Cherry Hill, Elam, and Potato Patch campgrounds, welcoming outdoor enthusiasts for the season. The Almanor Ranger District Recreation Crew helped carry out the preseason repairs, hazardous tree removal, and facility cleaning. This timely opening also provides an opportunity for anglers, coinciding with the approaching trout fishing season on Deer Creek. For updates on all current campground conditions, you can visit the National Forest Service's website. And in addition to campground openings, the Almanor Ranger District has also initiated prescribed burns in the Front Country Underburn boondocks starting today and continuing through midweek. Firefighters will be conducting these burns about 10 miles southwest of Mineral. You can expect to see smoke during the initial burn periods, especially in the early morning and late evening as it settles into valleys and low-lying areas. Crews will closely monitor the project areas throughout the week, and you can learn more about smoke impacts to your local area by visiting airnow.gov. And nearing completion, the Old Canal project undertaken by the Honey Lake Valley Resource Conservation District is seeing construction.
I'll never get these bills paid. Who has time? I have work, the kids' soccer practice, yoga, and...
Relax. Go to cityofsusanville.net and click I want to, then pay utilities.
Really? Hey, you're right. Done.
I told you it was easy. Cityofsusanville.net not only makes bill paying easy, but has great tips on water conservation and event calendar and info for all city parks and facilities. Next time, remember, cityofsusanville.net.
Spring has sprung, and that means it's time to plan for your summer road trips. With Carlson's Tire Pros by your side, your vehicle will be ready to see the mountains, beaches, and everything in between. With Carlson's Tire Pros' full line of Michelin tires and products, you'll have the peace of mind to hit that road no matter what you drive. Visit in-store in Susanville or online at carlsonstirepros.com. Tire Pros. Love the drive.
I don't feel like rubbing your back. Set your phone to vibrate, lay it on your back, and I'll call you. Back pain doesn't just affect you, but everyone around you. A common complaint is low back, hip, tailbone, and leg pain. It's frustrating when you tried most everything, maybe even a vibrating phone, and it still won't go away. Too often the cause of your pain is not in the back at all, but in a tight pelvic muscle, and once it is relieved, your low back, hip, and tailbone pain will go away. Are you suffering from pain in any or all of these areas? There are several things that can cause it. It's time to stop guessing and relying on temporary relief, and time to find the actual cause of your pain. At Susanville Chiropractic, our goal is to do just that. Find it and fix it. Call 530-257-7751, and let's get to the bottom of this.
It's preschool roundup time, and we're taking applications for child enrollment for the 24-25 program year. Sierra Cascade Family Opportunities Early Childhood Development Program invites you to join us on Friday, April 26th from 2 to 5 p.m. at your local SCFO Head Start or State Preschool Center for a preschool roundup and open house. Bring your 3- and 4-year-old children to tour our classrooms, meet teachers, and apply for free preschool services for the 24-25 school year. You will need to bring proof of family size, up-to-date immunization records, proof of address, address, and income documentation if applicable. Children must be 3 on or before September 1st, 2024, and are not required to be potty trained. For the address of the SCFO classroom closest to you, please visit our website at www.headstartforyou.org. That's www.headstartforyou.org. If you have questions or to schedule a different time to complete an application, call us at 800-404-1242. We look forward to seeing you on Friday, April 26th from 2 to 5 for the Preschool Roundup.
Local news on 93 JDX 1240 KSUE. The old channel lining project in Susanville, undertaken by the Honey Lake Valley Resource Conservation District, is nearing completion, with construction activities dwindling. According to the RCD's district manager, a substantial completion date was expected as of April 15th, at which point the pipe would be in the ground and connected to the inlet structure at the Susan River. Thus far, those cleanup efforts are underway with the grading of the channel, yet a few details do remain, including the construction of a maintenance road above the pipe, installation of trash racks, and hydro seeding. Foreman of the construction contractor confirmed water did start flowing down the new irrigation pipe on Friday, April 12th, adding that work is expected to be completed with demobilization of equipment around mid-May. The DWR did award Honey Lake Valley RCD the $4 million grant to line the old canal, which spans from the Susan River near Riverside Drive across Main Street to Johnsonville Road. The project was aimed at improving water quality for downstream ranchers. After nearly 3 decades, the beloved Coyote Bar and Grill in Gray Eagle has closed its doors. Final seating at the beloved restaurant was held on Saturday, April 20th. Owner Terry had intended to be open for operation this season. In a statement posted on the Coyote Bar and Grill Facebook page, Terry addressed the abrupt closing, stating new ownership of the River Pines Resort and career opportunities led to the decision. Known for Southwestern-inspired cuisine, extensive tequila selection, and famous Wall of Flame, Coyote Bar and Grill leaves behind a legacy of bold flavors and memorable experiences. Moore expressed gratitude to his loyal patrons and dedicated staff, marking the end of an era in Gray Eagle's culinary scene. And that is what's happening from your only local news radio, keeping you informed and connected to your communities throughout Lassen, Plumas, and Sierra counties.
Northeast California weather.
Keep an umbrella handy. A chance of showers and possibility of thunderstorms this afternoon. Highs near 74. Partly cloudy skies remain overnight. Lows down to 44. Tomorrow it returns to sunny skies. Highs near 71. Partly cloudy overnight. Lows back into the mid to lower 40s. And another round of showers for your Thursday. Highs near 61. That's a look at your 3-day northeastern California weather. Heard right here throughout your day, as well as while you're on the go through our app, Sierra Daily News. Also found on our website, SierraDailyNews.com, our obituaries provided by Fink's Funeral Home. All new announcements will be heard here each weekday following your news at noon. Here is today's announcement. Frances Arlene Hemphill was born in July of 1934 in Westwood, moving to Susanville at the age of 9. She married J.D. Hemphill in 1963 and had 2 sons, Joe and Jeff. Fran was known for her dedication to community service, notably as a 4-H leader and Sunday school teacher. She worked at Sierra Army Depot for 34 years and was awarded Woman of the Year. Fran's love for St. Bernard dogs was well known. She passed away on April 17th. She is survived by her sons, granddaughters, great-granddaughters, sister, brother, nieces, nephews, and cousins. Services will be held on May 6th at St. Paul's Lutheran Church in Susanville. She will then be laid to rest at Janesville Cemetery, and a celebration of life will be held at Jensen Hall. In lieu of flowers, donations can be made to Fran's Bench Fund at Plumas Bank that will be going towards a memorial bench at the Lassen County Fairgrounds. To learn more about the prominent life of Fran Hemphill, again visit SierraDailyNews.com. Those are your Tuesday noon updates from your only local news radio. Of course, more local and regional news coming up on Live at 5 with your hosts Amanda and Aaron. And a reminder to mark your calendars for this Thursday following Swap Shop at 9 a.m. Join me and my special guests, Beth Seiler and Rhonda Hall, for a special viewpoint hour on disability awareness. We're going to be delving into the diverse experiences and perspectives of individuals living with disabilities. You can join that conversation as we emphasize the vital importance of educating people of all ages about disabilities. Again, tune in Thursday at 9 a.m. for a special viewpoint hour. From the Sierra Radio Network Newsroom, I'm Andrea Drake. Thanks for joining me with your news at noon. Stick around. Your checkup on health is coming up next. Then more of Sierra's Best Country on 93 JDX and Fox Across America. Jimmy Fela on 1240 KSUE.
Providers and staff at Northeastern Rural Health Clinic would like to remind you to schedule your annual wellness exam. Seeing your medical provider for regular checkups and lab work helps to better manage health problems and even prevent many health problems. Most insurance will be covered for the full cost of the exam. Call today to schedule your annual wellness exam. If you are a patient at Northeastern or Westwood Family Practice and have no insurance, ask about our sliding fee and discount lab programs to see if you qualify. Call Northeastern Health Clinic at 251-5000 to schedule your exam today. That number again is 251-5000. A service of Northeastern Rural Health Clinic, where quality health care is your choice and our commitment.
Check up on health with Chris Whitting.
Can fasting, in effect, reboot your immune system? Those are the findings of a study by Walter Longo, a professor at the USC Davis School of Gerontology.
This particular study, a lot of it done in mice, but also a component done in humans, suggests that fasting can cause the immune system and the stem cells that give rise to the immune system to switch into a regenerative mode. And in fact, this regenerative mode ends up in either rejuvenated immune system or a immune system that has a healthy level of cells or components.
As one example, chemotherapy saves lives, but it also causes significant damage to the immune system. In a clinical trial involving a small group of cancer patients, Dr. Longo's team found that fasting for 3 days before receiving chemotherapy protected them from its toxic effects. With Checkup on Health, I'm Chris Whitting.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Don't worry, we got you covered. More of Fox Across America coming up on KSUE Susanville. Get nuts and repurpose one man's rhetoric for political gain. Here is Biden's take on the protest, clip 1.
Do you condemn the anti-Semitic protests on college campuses?
I condemn the anti-Semitic protests. That's why I've set up a program to deal with that. I also condemn those who don't understand what's going on with the Palestinians.
Should the Columbia University president resign?
I didn't know that.
Should she resign?
This is the biggest schmuck I've ever met. I mean, understand that. Here's the verbatim. I condemn anti-Semitic protests. That's why I set up a program to deal with that. I also condemn those who don't understand what's going on with the Palestinians. So do you actually condemn the anti-Semitic? No. Because you're basically saying, you guys are all mad about these anti-Semitic protests, but put yourself in their shoes. You'd be a little anti-Semitic, true, wouldn't you? I mean, that's what he's saying. That is what he's saying. Okay, but you got to understand where they're coming from. Time was you could paraglide into a rave and kill 2,200 people, throw 40 babies in an oven. Human rights investigators have verified that happened. But stick with me here, folks. Time was nobody gave you a hard time about that. You were pretend depressed. Okay, you've got a point here. So as mad as we want to get at these kids, we should understand the other people have a dog in this fight too. But do they have a dog in this fight? No. Guys, I know we're living in this age where nobody agrees on anything, but we have to agree. We have to be able to agree as a people. Politics don't matter. Okay, whatever the relationship is between two nations, between two groups, if one of the nations paraglides into a dance party and kills 2,200 people that are civilians, not enlisted in the military, not armed for conflict, nor investing in, nor expecting one, then storms